a Sunday afternoon here in the desert of Nevada, off the corner of I-15. There's a little bit of a diamond in the rough right on the backstretch of Nellis Air Force. Tonight, we're at the Spark Mini Stock Series is here at the fabulous Las Vegas Motor Speedway, which happens to be my hometown, so I'm very stoked about it to bring you to you live here on the Auto Drive Automotive Media YouTube channel. My name is Cam Gillens, along the ride, like always starting this first race of the season is last season's champion, 13 of Jake Mockey. Jake,
How we doing, Cam? How's it going, man?
not bad.
Uh, Folks, welcome tonight. This is our first race of the season. We're very excited for this race. As Cam mentioned, this is one that he advocated for on the schedule. Vegas is near and dear to his heart since it is his home track, and we are here for some flat-out mini stock racing tonight. It is going to be intense on the banks of Vegas. We have no idea what to look for with who is going to be the top driver. I see we got two payday drivers in Justin Wilson and Johnny Rev ruling practice so far. But these are all draft times, so we're going to see who can handle the draft tonight and keep their car straight. But we got some interesting format for tonight as well. This season, the mini stocks will be going through a one-lap qualifying, and from there we will be going through a 5-lap heat for tonight. I don't believe it's going to be 5 laps for every race, but 5-lap heat for tonight, and then the feature, which I believe will be 45 laps. Any notes for tonight, Cam, that you have for these drivers?
Well, as we both turned some laps before this race, we both know that it'll be mostly flat out, just like a draft race. For you, that's watched last season's race at Charlotte. It'll be a lot of the same. I mean, they're working on the same actual setup as Charlotte, since there's not really a Las Vegas setup for these cars. So, based on what we were doing in practice, it's a bit loose in the corners, but again, you're just going to try to flat foot to get the draft on the way coming out.
Yeah, it is. It is full throttle tonight in these mini stocks, which we have seen create some exciting action. I mean, the drivers all tonight should be in a tight line, unlike our clash last week, where we started to see the field get stretched out a little bit on the short track. I think tonight we will see a lot more close quarters battling and might see some chaos, but hey, you know, that's what happens when you go to speedways, and that's essentially what this is for mini stocks. This is essentially a super speedway for these cars, so it is going to be very fast, but these cars don't really like to get pushed. You could take a bump and you could get pushed around, but it likes to move you up in the corner sometimes, and we'll see what the drivers can pull off tonight. Hopefully no chaos, but you never know.
Especially these drivers, majority of our races has been pretty much caution free, and then caution here and there, and sometimes it's majority caution free, and then the last quarter of race is kind of a yard sale. So we'll see
Well,
what happens tonight.
if I remember correctly, last season we had multiple races with no cautions. So
Yep.
we were one of the cleaner series in Spark, but we'll see if we can pull that off. I know last season Charlotte had a couple of cautions. And it's nothing against the drivers or anything like that. These cars at top speed are squirrely even on their own. So it's going to be whatever, whatever you can do to hold on to the car tonight is what you need. And
Hmm.
hopefully you don't get a bad bump or just get pushed in the wrong spot. But these cars are going to be all over the place, and it is going to be chaos.
Yep. It's I think it's a great race to start out this new season. So it looks
All
like we're
right. Well,
getting
drivers are
ready.
about to start qualifying. Yeah.
Mhm. I know during pre-race chat, everyone was saying they were trying the two lapper and is kind of like again like super speedways, but where you start up to the top and then your second lap come to the bottom just to get your momentum up and everything. I don't know what this one strategy for this one lap is going to be.
Yeah. I mean, I think just flat out of the pits. You want to go as fast as you possibly can because you're going to want to get that lap in. Um, the faster you can get it out there, the faster you're going to be.
Mhm.
These cars need some time to get up to speed, and I guess right out of pits, one lap, just go for it, and that's what we see Jacob Nickerson in the uh 35 here doing. I see the
Mhm.
420 of Will Jennings doing the same thing, just full sending it out of pits and
Mhm.
going for it. And I think that's the move for qualifying if you want to be up front. If you, with one
Mhm.
lap, you don't have that build lap to get up to speed that you normally do at a speedway track. And
Mhm.
these cars definitely will take a little bit of that time to build up the speed because they are all momentum based, as we are
Mhm.
well aware now.
Yep. As we're on screen checking out the 35 of Jacob Nickerson.
Time starting to cross here. Couple drivers so far putting in times.
As Jacob comes across the line, heads to the top of the board at 38.48.
So we've seen in practice drivers doing like 37.6s in draft. And
Mm-hmm.
I did a 37.9 in a two-car draft the other night, and I thought that was fast. The 37.6
Yep.
surprised me.
Mm-hmm.
So 38.4 on your own tonight is a really good time. And we see
Mm-hmm.
Jacob, I think he was our pole sitter at Charlotte as well
Yes.
last season.
Mm-hmm.
This is where Jacob comes to life and really flourishes. And
This is a
hoping to get
heel.
his he won that race as well, if I remember.
Yes.
So
Yes. Yep. Yep.
hopefully we got some good luck for the 35 tonight. Some more drivers are starting to come across the line.
Because we're on board with the 52 of Johnny Rapp finishing his lap. You know, he got up to 7th with a 38.65.
So I believe we only have one driver remaining putting in a time. I think that is the 69 of Larry Poling.
Mm-hmm.
He heads to turns 3 and 4. This is a race where I think we could see uh, a lot of different strategies pan out. Um, Drivers are gonna have to pit tonight for fuel.
Mm-hmm.
Definite one-stop strategy, possibly a two-stop. Fuel is going to be very tight with a
Yep.
one-stop. We found out through practice tonight. So a two-stop might be the move if we have cautions. You know,
Mm-hmm.
topping off as much fuel as you possibly can, but We're gonna see who can pull off through the chaos tonight, and I mean everyone is very tight. The field is separated
Yeah.
by 0.4 of a second here at best, 0.5 at most.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, as we head on into the heat race for tonight. Yeah, so I guess we should get started on our starting grid here. I think everyone's going to be in the heat race together. I don't think we're going to separate drivers, but we'll see here in about 5 seconds. Yeah, everyone's going to be in the heat together here.
Okay.
So, all right. Well, on pole for the heat race tonight is the 35 of Jacob Nickerson. Starting on the outside of him is the 39 of Sean Mulholland. In the third starting position is the 58 of Justin Wilson. Outside of him, number 7, Paul Hahn. In fifth place, we got the 420 car of Will Jennings. In sixth, we have the 31 of Jacob Phillips. Seventh, we have the 52 of Johnny Rapp. Eighth, we have the 6 car of Dave Krajewski. Ninth, we have the 42 of Paul Thomas. 10th, we have the 69 of Larry Pauling. 11th, we have the 99 of Tom Lickert. 12th, we have the 60 car of Steve Vest. And rounding out the field is the 44 car of Patrick O'Toole, which I believe we're waiting for him to grid here. But that is all the drivers we have for tonight. I believe 13 drivers. So an interesting fair turnout. Lucky number 13, I would say. Drivers are going to need the luck in Vegas tonight if they want to win here, though.
Yeah,
So,
they gotta do a little bit of high rolling here on the banks of Las Vegas Motor Speedway.
as we get the pace car pulling off here, I've been looking forward to this as soon as the schedule got rounded up, Cam. So, very
Same.
excited for tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Next week will be an even crazier race at Concord, but tonight we are at Vegas and we are flat out in the mini stocks.
It's kind of interesting. This race, you're gonna go use the full gearbox. The majority of these races that we race, you only get up to third or fourth gear. Tonight, we're actually using all 5 gears, so that's a little bit of a nugget there for you.
Yeah. Normally in the mini stocks at short tracks, fourth gear is usually the gear that you want to stay away from. If you're using fourth at certain tracks, it is bogging the car down heavily. So
Yep.
We are using 2 extra gears that drivers normally do not experience, but I don't think that's going to change anything for these guys tonight as we are rounding off at turn 4 here momentarily. Pace car will be pulling in and drivers will get up to speed. The one thing we need to look out for here is hopefully no one's missing a shift. As it is very easy to do in these mini stocks. As we get the green flag. Drivers are all just getting up to speed. Here comes a big push from the 58 of Justin Wilson behind Jacob Nickerson. This driver is up in the front. Still too wide. Starting to thin back out a little bit in the back here. Going single file. Front pack is full push, though, in this heat race. As we finish lap 1 here. The 58 of Justin Wilson pulls out of line to take lead. Just across the line there. Oof. Oh, and and we got a car around. We got a car around here. As a big wreck here takes out a big majority of this backpack. Oof.
We're gonna go look back and take a
See
look
what
at it.
happened there.
I was just about ready to say that the 420 was getting a little bit squirrely. So 31 gets into him.
That's what we were talking about earlier. It's kind of hard to keep it in line behind cars, and 420 just got a little bit around squirrely, and the 31. Oh, the 31 took a huge hit after the fact there. Wow. 420 car gets turned around, and you just see a big portion of the field get collected there as that wreck started in the front, and
So that's
it
just
finished off the back.
That's just a little bit of a tidbit of the calamity what we were talking about in pre-race.
It for sure was.
So do we get a fast repair to this, or?
We do not have a fast repair, so
Okay.
We might see some drivers completely out here already in the heat. As I see the 31 of Jacob Phillips and the 42 of Paul Thomas already in pits. Looks like they may have had to tow in, or they drove themselves in there, but got a couple cars already coming down pit lane here. Can't believe that a lot of these cars are still alive after that wreck from what I saw on the replay. We'll see. We got 9 cars out on the track currently. I'm not sure even what to call. If I had to call something there, it's just a loose car up front with a bad timed connection with the car behind. And I'm pretty sure
Just a racing deal there.
Yeah, just a racing deal, honestly. The 31, I mean, I don't think he was trying to get up onto the bumper there, the 420. Just caused the car to turn there, and yeah. I think the 31 got the worst of it, if I'm going to be honest.
Yep.
So we'll see who pulls out of pit road here, I think. I think the 7 of Paul Hahn and the 6 of Dager Juski still out on track right now. So we got a couple more drivers out there. Let's catch them back up. Man, that wreck really decimated that back portion of the field there.
This is just a heat race.
This is just the heat race, and we are only 2 laps through the heat race. These cautions do not count. We might run into running out of time here, though. If we do get another caution, we might not have enough time to finish. So hopefully we can get everything under wraps, get going. I think the lights are off on the pace car here.
Yeah. We got a single file.
Got a single file restart. So 35, Jake and Nickerson leads us back to green here. Drivers start to fan out now as we head into turn 1. We got some battling here in the back of the field. Some pushing up at the front. Let's see what we can get here. This is the 58 of Justin Wilson. Is all over the back of the 35 car. Justin, we know, a very strong driver here in Spark. He gets to the outside here. It's a nice, decent run as he takes the lead coming to the line. Jacob is going to need some friends there down on the bottom. I think everyone is a little nervous now after that first wreck.
Yep. They're all giving each other a little bit of room.
That front pack is fighting hard, though. We got 2 wide, about 3 cars deep up in the front. The 420 car, Will Jennings, making a strong resurgence back up to the front after getting spun there.
Oh, looks like 35 Nickerson goes on the top side of Wilson.
We get the white flag here in the heat race. We're getting some decent jostling here up at the front. Let's see who can pull this off.
Oh.
Jacob Nickerson just getting ahead here. They're side by side still. Man, this is an intense battle at the front. As we got some jostling. That was close.
Yeah.
Wow. That was a close finish. Justin Wilson just getting the win there in the heat race by 3 thousandths of a second.
Wow.
Tom Lickert taking second place by 700ths of a second. Johnny Rapp taking 4th by 800ths of a second. The top 7 were all under 0.2 of a second. So
that's crazy.
That was a battle there for the win of the heat race. But you get a 3-minute warm-up session here before drivers head out for a 45-lap feature event. But yeah, so a little spiel before we continue. This is the Spark Mini Stock Series. It is a free to join series here in Spark. If you are interested in watching out there and you are an iRacer, come on out and join us. You are more than welcome. We would love to have you. It is a fun time out here. Speaking from experience, racing in last season, this is a blast to run on Sunday nights if you are available. So come on out, have some fun. And yeah, there is a trophy this season for the champion. Unfortunately, in my case. But it's a free to join series, and if you win the championship, you get a trophy. So come on out and join us here on Sunday nights and have fun. You get commentary here from myself and Cam. And yeah, it's always a fun time. All right, Cam. Well, so we've come to about a minute here before the feature. Any final notes you got after that heat race?
Just kind of, well, I mean, it's pretty much standard drafting track, like we've been saying, that there's going to be runs. It's pretty much coming out of the corners. I mean, you've seen that. I came back to even at Charlotte, I was noticing when I was commentating that during the restarts, a couple of drivers would jump out, and then the draft would get them back, and then it was just pretty much pack racing after that. So it looked like that the top lane was kind of quite a bit stronger coming out of 1 and 2. Just from what
I would agree with you in that sentiment. Even off of 3 and 4, I've been seeing drivers getting some really strong runs to the line there. I mean, Jacob almost got the win running on the high side in the heat race, so he was only 3 three thousandths of a second off of Justin for the win there. So I think that high line might be the position you want to be in if you want to get a position or a win here. But this is going to be a tough race, especially with the possibility of a two-stopper on fuel for these drivers. And if it's green flag pits, I hope drivers practice that, because not having warm brakes is going to be rough coming into the pit here.
Yes, a little bit.
These are definitely not your typical racing brakes. Not sure what the mini stocks have on them, but they are not good brake pads for stopping under green. So hopefully they practice that, and after a long fuel run at that, where you'll have no fuel and very cold brakes. But we'll see if they even have to get a green flag pit stop in here tonight, as all the drivers have lined up for our feature race. Cam, you want to take us through the lineup here as we head off?
Yeah, let's go. All right, so yeah, starting on pole position is the 58 of Justin Wilson, followed by the in second, the 35 of Jacob Nickerson, then 99 of Tom Lickert, followed by the 52 of Johnny Rapp in fourth, then the 7 of Paul Hahn in fifth, the 39 of Sean Mulholland in sixth, the 44 of Patrick O'Toole in seventh, the 420 of Will Jennings in eighth, the 69 of Larry Pauling in ninth, the 6 of Dave Grajewski in 10th, the 60 of Steve Vest in 11th, the 31 of Jacob Phillips in 12th, and rounding out our fields in the 13th position is the 42 of Paul Thomas.
So our biggest mover in the heat race there is the 99 of Tom Licker, who started in 11th and finished in 3rd. So see what can go through here in the come from the back up to the front here in the features. We got 45 laps as pace car is about to turn off. It's pit road here. And we are green. 58 of Justin Wilson gets a nice jump here. It's the 35 of Jacob Nickerson starts to get a little bogged down and lose some spots on that outside lane there. It's the 31 of Jacob Phillips makes a huge run at the back. We're double file here, but that outside lane has almost fallen 5 cars back off of that bottom lane.
It's the 44 of Patrick O'Toole jumps to the outsides of the 7 of Paul Hahn, trying to go for third.
We got some jostling here at the back of the field. Most drivers are electing to not take the apron, even though you can drive down there. There's only a single white line, so it is drivable this week. All but the 420 of Will Jennings has taken it so far, has not taken it so far. So let's see if anyone uses it, but I'm not sure it'll play into too much of an advantage with the draft here tonight, as everyone's pretty much settled down into their positions here.
As the 99 of Tom Licker takes the top spot.
It's the 58 of Justin Wilson pulls high here. Maybe just trying to get out of the lead pack and save some fuel possibly, as that will become a factor most likely here tonight. It might be possible to save that lap of fuel. 2 stop will get you the full fuel that you need tonight. 1 stop will bring you a little shy. So it's flat out here for these drivers, but maybe you could save just enough fuel to make it a one-stopper. We'll see what can pan out here with strategy, but everyone is flat out as the 44 of Patrick O'Toole takes the lead. Tom Licker just squeezing back out here on the back straight as they are jostling for position, but 35. Oh, as we got a wreck here. Oh man, a couple drivers here taken out. I see the 35 of Jacob Nickerson, the 60 of Steve Vest, the 69 of Larry Pauling, and the 31 of Jacob Phillips.
Oh.
Not sure what happened there.
We're gonna go back, take another gander at it.
Oof.
So it looks like the 35 of Jacob Nickerson was kind of just getting squirrely and all that, and then looked like the 31 just kind of got a run, and Jacob didn't know he was there and just came across his nose a little bit.
I mean, Jacob was locked on the bumper. I don't want to throw full blame on the 31 of Jacob Phillips there, but pushing another car that's pushing is never the best option, and it doesn't look like they got together in the straightest of lines, and it just did not end great for either driver there.
It looks like we got our pit stops starting.
As the whole field comes in here to take some fuel and top it off. Only 6 laps in, so we know from here on out, it is a one-stop. 2-stop is out the window. You do not need to come in twice. They have already done it. Well, technically, it'll be a 2-stop now, but
yeah,
it is a one-stop from here on out for the rest of the race, unless we get another caution. But a potential green flag pit stop is still in there tonight for these drivers, so see if that strategy plays in. So I'm not sure who is dead in that wreck here. Believe everyone is still alive.
as you see the 31 of Jacob Phillips come on back out.
I see the 35 of Jacob Nickerson, and he's 69 of Larry Pauling still in pits here, so they might have some serious damage. Yeah, as that front end of Larry Pauling looks pretty beat up. And the same here for Jacob.
That's unfortunate.
See if they can get back. Yeah, see if they can get back out here, but they will be a lap down at this point. They'll need another caution to hopefully get the lucky dog and get back on the lead lap, and that's pretty unfortunate for Jacob there. He is the winner Charlotte last season, and these are very strong tracks for Jacob, especially in these.
So that, and he was the pole sitter for tonight. Oh no, coming out of the qualifying, but yeah.
Coming out of qualifying, he was almost there.
Yep.
In the heat. As the pace car pulls off, 44 Patrick O'Toole leads us to the green flag here. So he gets a good jump on the inside lane. As the front 2 cars are on an island of their own here. The rest of the pack getting up to speed behind them. Oh, as the 58 of Justin Wilson gets a huge run off of turn 2. Maybe Patrick missed a gear, possibly. As the 39 of Sean Mulholland gets a big run on the outside. We have a new leader here. Ooh, as we get a little bump in there for P2. Most of the field now is single file. The 31 of Jacob Phillips getting a big run back to the mid-pack here on the outside lane. But most of the field is single filed except for these 2 cars battling for P2, now battling for the lead. Patrick O'Toole gets to the inside of Justin Wilson. Just getting him ahead. So we see a move from the 6 of Dave Grajewski moving up to the front as well.
As the 58 does the crossover to get back to the lead.
So now we start to see a little bit of double file here at the front. This driver is starting to jostle for the lead. Some of these drivers in the back might be trying to save some fuel for that last pit stop. A little beat and a bang goes on up there at the front. Seven of Paul Hahn looking to the outside as 44 of Patrick O'Toole. Making a move to the inside there on the back straight, taking the lead. What a nice crossover move there from the 44 car. Justin Wilson just takes the lead back coming across the line, however, to lead the lap. Most drivers have started the single file back out again. This front pack is battling hard though. 420 car driving on the high side up behind the 6, moving back up there. Will Jennings had a not the best race in our clash, but having a strong showings here tonight, pushing his way back up to the front. These front 2 tap a little bit off of turn 2. We are now double file, 3 cars deep again.
Whoa.
Oh, as the 6 car, Dave Grajewski gets a little squirrely. We go 3 wide for a moment.
Made it work.
Ooh, that could have been catastrophic, but everyone is still alive here. We're still double file up here, 2 cars deep at the front. That 31 car of Jacob Phillips silently working his way back up through the field after that wreck at the beginning there. Sitting back in 8th position right now, following behind the 52 of Johnny Rapp is Dave Grajewski trying to make a move up there at the front around the outside of the 44 car. He gets P2 coming to the line.
Oh, 44 gets a run. They're making 3 wide
So
going.
3 wide for the lead. Wow. Oh, it gets real tight for these drivers.
Oh, we're going to go 3 wide again. Oh.
Wow. This is some close quarter action right here for you folks tonight. As that 6 car is trying to find a lane to get around these leaders.
So he thought about taking a 3 again. Oh, as they get a bump.
420 car of Will Jennings got the worst of it and dropped back a couple spots, but he's making a resurgence back up on that outside lane here, as we are still too wide for the lead. Patrick O'Toole and Justin Wilson are not giving up. They both want to lead this race, and they will not they will not submit to the other. So this is still too wide here, as we got some more action up here in the back. As everyone starts to get a little spicy, 17 laps into this race.
Whoa.
One thing we know about these cars is they can take a push, but it needs to be square, because if it's not, these cars will go around.
As we saw in that first caution.
It's a 44 car just trying to get up in front of the 39 here.
Oh, there we go. Oh.
As we still go green here, everyone makes it through. 58 car making the worst of it, falling to the back here.
We should see if he gets pretty significant damage coming off of that.
He did hit the wall pretty hard there. See if he can drive on through. He looks to be up to speed still. We'll see how that pans out in these next few laps. But this number 6 of Dade Krajewski taking the lead here. Looking to run away with it. But with the draft, I don't think that's possible, as the 44 car sucks up and pulls high. The Dade tries to block here on the back straight.
One thing we gotta keep an eye on is all cars are back on track, so the 69 Larry Pollock and 35 Jacob Nicholson did pull on back on track, so this draft will be coming on pretty quick.
Those cars over 10 laps down here. Oh, as we got some beating and banging. 3 wide here for P2. Some more beating and banging as everyone makes it through. Everyone is attracted to that 44 car tonight, just hitting that door. As everyone's still getting a little spicy with the 58 car. Justin Wilson seems to be okay, as he is now making a push for back to the front on the outside lane here. Pushing the 44 car, hopefully back to the lead. Oh, as he gets squirrely. This is 3 wide for P2.
Maybe a bit
44 car just holding on to it there, Patrick O'Toole. Everyone's getting a little excited pushing here, but thankfully everyone has been able to hold on to her. Justin Wilson making another push here for the lead up at the front. With how hard he hit that wall, I'm surprised that car isn't suffering, but seems to be okay. As we see some lap traffic here on track coming up. I believe that's the 69 of Larry Pauling, who's taken out in that first wreck here, just trying to gather some points tonight. We'll see how the drivers in this lead pack navigate around him, as it is 2 wide now, about 4 cars deep. This front pack is really jostling for position here. Larry just tucks down to the apron to give these guys the right of way. The 58 of Justin Wilson is back in the lead. I don't know how he does it, man, but
I feel like we say that about every time he races.
I mean, hell, Justin is a tremendous driver.
Hmm.
Seen in across multiple series here in Spark. He is usually always fighting up at the front, no matter what car he races in. So it is no surprise that he is up here. But I thought for sure he would have had some tire damage with how hard that car went into that wall. But seems to be okay as he's holding his own back up at the front here. It's 39 of Sean Mulholland just sitting patiently, it seems. He's been keen to just sit behind the leaders this whole night. So we are well past halfway here, 25 laps into this race. We should be seeing pit stops here shortly, probably within the next couple of laps or so. I believe they can only make it about 22 and a half laps of fuel tonight on a full tank. So we are still jostling hard for the lead up here. It's Dave Krajewski holding his own on that inside lane. Not the preferred lane, as me and Cam were saying before. Definitely that outside lane, you get a really strong run off the corners, it seems. But Dave doing a really good job of just pulling just enough far ahead. Keep that lead across the line. It's that 31 car of Jacob Phillips creeping his way back up here to the front. After surviving that early wreck there. Most of these drivers behind decided they want to be single file and wait later in the race possibly to go for a move, as is now single filed out here in the front with Justin Wilson taking the lead back emphatically. Getting in front of the 6th Dave Krajewski, making sure he is the leader of this race. So, as we start to get pit calls here from drivers, see who could stretch it on fuel possibly, stay out, but we might see everyone coming in here. So we see the leader of Justin Wilson come in. 31 car of Jacob Phillips, Johnny Rapp, and I believe Paul Thomas. Most of this lead pack staying out one extra lap. See if that pans out for these guys. We'll see how this all blends out here.
Here we go.
As this lead pack pulls down pit road here. That second pack still in pit lane, just coming out now. Justin Wilson leading the field out of pit road. Looking for a drafting partner here. It's the 52 and the 31 coming in hot here behind him. We'll see how this blend works out here for the rest of the pack. As I think these guys might take the lead and run away with it here, possibly. Most of these cars just starting to come off of pit road here. I think that lead pack with those 3 cars are about to pull away here. They're up to speed, coming in hot for the lead here. blended back in, all drivers back out on track. Don't believe we have any penalties there, as everyone has now finally started to figure out their spots off of that pitch. Justin Wilson has retained the lead here. The 52 of Johnny Rapp jumping a couple positions there.
As they go by the 60 of Steve Est.
See if the rest of these cars about P5 and back start to work together here. They're going to need the draft to catch up to this pack if they want any positions here. Some of these drivers making out the worst of it. Dave Grajewski falling out of that lead pack all the way to 8th place there. 420 of Will Jennings falling back to 9th. If they want to get back up to this front pack, they're really going to need to start working together in that draft, and most of these guys are too separated for that to happen, as the entire field is now single file. Seven of Paul Hahn here pushing. 39 of Sean Mulholland trying to get back up to the leaders. Those two have the right idea. As this front pack is single file. Coming to about 11 laps to go here. We'll see who decides to make a move. I believe we got 3 teammates here up in this lead pack, so we'll see if anyone wants to be friendly to their teammate or selfishly take the win themselves. 58 of Justin Wilson still leading, but Johnny Rapp is pushing him here hard, trying to create some separation here to this backpack. He's from about 5th all the way back to 10th. They're so far apart. Yeah, I don't think they have any shot of getting back up here to make a difference without a caution. We got 10 laps to go here. Justin Wilson leading this race still. He's going to lead this race strongly to the finish, I believe, if I had to make any guesses. So we start to catch up a little bit here on some lap traffic. 69 of Larry Poling just ahead. Fortunately, these guys aren't double file to make it that interesting. But they are still hard charging here for the win. Oh, as the 44 gets turned. Oh, man. Oh, no. We got a caution here. Oh, man. Unfortunately, Larry Poling got involved there with the lead pack. Drew a caution. As I believe the 44, Patrick O'Toole, is still okay here.
So almost looked like just the closing, right? Got Larry a little bit right there.
Yeah, unfortunate. Just cars meeting in the middle there. I don't think anything was intentional.
No.
It's just a little meeting in the middle here, and these cars do get really squirrely in the corner for sure. But we now have a caution here to bring out a double file restart to finish off this race, as some drivers electing to come down pit road here, maybe take a set of tires possibly. I believe drivers have a set in pits, so I don't know if that was the move. If you needed it tonight, could possibly make the difference here at the finish. We will see. But we now have a new leader in the 39 of Sean Mulholland. And probably the most cursed mini stock I have seen on track. For those unaware, it is the Little Tykes red car that most kids know from their childhood. If you had a car when you were a kid, this was your car. Is that front end unfortunately does not look great on a mini stock. But Sean, always with an interesting choice here. I believe last season he ran a Kirby paint scheme, so he's keeping it, keeping the faces fresh on the front end of those cars for this season. Yeah, this is going to be interesting here to the finish. I believe we will have maybe 4 laps to go here. As the pace light lights are off on the pace car here. We will have a 4-lap run to the finish. Let's see who can pull off the win here. If the 3 cars that pitted there out of the lead can make their way back to the front here and pull off a exciting finish. If I had to guess, 58 and the 52 and the 31 are going to put on a show for us here. I think they might be on some fresh tires if I had to guess. Saving them for the end. That's a typical strategy that Johnny Rapp and Justin love to play there, so I wouldn't be surprised if that's something these guys pulled off here for us tonight. But with our new leader in the 39, Sean Mulholland, let's see if he can hold off the charging cars behind him here in the draft and come out strong. As pace car gets ready to pull in here. And we get the green flag. Drivers are off. With a good jump from the number 7 on the outside, getting pushed 3 cars deep. Looks like the 99, Tom Lickert, missed a shift, and that's going to hurt the 39 there, Sean Mulholland. Oh, as we get a little squirrely here in the back. 58 giving the 39 there a big push down the back straight. Looks like it almost lifted the back end there of the 39. So we got a hard charge to the finish here for the win. Let's see if we can stay green as the 58 already back up on the outside here in P2.
The 52's also charging pretty hard.
We got a little beat and banging. 3 wide here on the back straight. Oh, as we got the 7 car around.
Oh!
And a caution is out here. Oh, man. 39 car just staying ahead there. Not sure what happened there. I saw chaos. I'm not sure. You'll have to walk us through there, Cam. What took place?
So it looks. Okay, we'll take one more look at. So it looks like the 6 of Gajewski gets a little loose in the corner when he gets into Han, and that's when chaos just ensued.
And yeah, the 7 of Paul Hahn and the 99 of Tom Licker look to be destroyed here after that. Paul Hahn, new driver here in Spark, but interesting stats I found out about Paul here. I believe he is a 4-time ARCA Truck Series champion.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's pretty rad.
He is the title sponsor for Spark Series driver Rob Liedl. Have you ever noticed the Hans collision on Rob's cars? He is the title name of that. That is Paul Hahn. That is his company. And Rob told me that, yeah, Paul had a very successful racing career in the ARCA Truck Series. I believe he has the most wins all time and the most championships in that series. So Paul Hahn is a pretty rad to have a driver of his caliber here.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he made it out pretty rough there in that wreck. As I see Tom Lickert here leaving the session, as he is done for the night.
It looks like the 35 of Nickerson gets one of his many laps back.
Many laps back, as he's now, unfortunately, still 10 laps down. But we will have a green-white checker here. Keep it interesting to the finish and see what drivers can pull off if that 58 will take the win, or if anyone can hold them off here. At 39 of Sean Mohan is gonna be hoping for a misshift or something, because that 58 is gonna be pushing hard for the lead here as we are 1 to go.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard, especially with that 52 right behind him, both on fresh tires.
Yes, those teammates will be pushing hard. I know Johnny will link up to that bumper if I am a betting man. That's what's gonna happen here. We are gonna hope for some hard battling here to the finish, and hopefully some green flag racing as drivers enter turn 3 here, as we are getting ready to take the green flag one last time here in Las Vegas. The control car of the 39 of Sean Mulholland is hoping for that pace car to pull off and get a nice jump here. As we are green. 58 car just gets a nose ahead here. We got 2 laps here to the finish. Let's see what driver can take this. The 58 is all over the bumper there. Or the 52 is all over the bumper of the 58. Looking to push him here to the lead.
3 wide going on.
This is going to be an intense push to the finish here. See who can take the win, as we will take the white flag here.
Oh,
There's
we're
a little
bumping.
beating and banging at the lead. Sean Mulholland will just take the lead going into turn 1.
That top
He
line's
will
gonna get
need a
some momentum.
push as the 42 pulls low to try to take a position for himself here. As that will just hand the lead to the 58 of Justin Wilson. As we are beating and banging across the back. Oh, man. And the winner here at Las Vegas is the 58 of Justin Wilson. Somehow always pulling out through the chaos. Man, what a finish it was.
We're gonna go back and take a look at that last little bit. That last corner looks like it got a little hairy.
Paul Thomas squeezing down below the 39, who left the door open on the apron there. Paul Thomas took it. And he was trying to go for himself there at the finish, which can't blame him.
Oh.
And got him a podium here tonight.
As we see the 58 of Wilson doing his donuts for there at the starting line.
So we got drivers starting to enter the broadcast waiting room here. Don't see the 42 car yet. Maybe we could pull in the winner here tonight, the 58 of Justin Wilson. Hey, Justin, this is Jake and Cam in the booth. You got us?
Yeah, man, I got you.
What's going on, buddy? Well, congratulations on winning here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Always the class of the field here, especially in these mini stocks, man. How did you pull that victory off tonight?
I couldn't have done it without Johnny behind me.
Absolutely.
I knew the outside, too, was kind of the fastest way around. That's why I've been sticking to it most of the night, because you're able to side draft and just unlatch from them and kind of pull up in front of them. And kind of clear that lead car whenever you wanted to. So I knew being on the top was going to be the way to go. We decided to take our tires. I mean, they gave us a set, so we decided to take them there at the end. And I don't know if that helped out or not, but I'd say it will.
I would say it would as well. You guys pushed really strong there in the final closing laps here of the race, but nonetheless, I mean, you always find yourself through the calamity of these races up at the front, and that's always impressive to see you run. And I mean, congratulations nonetheless tonight. That was a strong showing. No matter what happened, you fell back and got right back up to the front. So.
Well, you know how I am in these things. They're a lot of fun. You can be aggressive. You just got to be careful with how you bump and such. But we got a wild shot there. I'm not sure what happened. Honestly, I wasn't looking behind me. I was kind of looking in front of me at the time. And got a wild shot going into one, and I think the next lap I was just right back up there. So
yeah,
it was all good.
I'm surprised we were talking about it on the broadcast. We thought something damaged on your car because you hit that wall hard. But yeah, nonetheless, you pulled it off here. Yeah, these things really can't take a beating here. Well, anyone you want to thank here before we head off?
Yeah, man, thank you guys for putting the show on. Thanks, Spark. Like I said, we'll be tuning in tomorrow for the ARCA series. I think 5 flags. So we'll be looking forward to that. We'll be in the broadcast booth. And thank everyone that came out tonight, man. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, well, we hope to put a show on for you. You're commentating for us tomorrow night, so hope to put a show on for you tomorrow night as you put a show on for us here.
Hopefully as exciting as this one was.
We will see. We will see. But You have a great night, Justin, and congratulations.
I think, man.
All right, that was the 58 of Justin Wilson, as I believe we only have the 52 of Johnny Rapp, who's our P2 finisher, but we will pull him up here. Hey, Johnny, it's Cam and Jake in the booth. You got us?
Yes, sir. What's happening?
Well, you waited in the waters most of that race tonight. And as Justin told us there, you guys waited to take your tires late in that race, and that panned off really strong for you. But how did you survive that chaos of this race tonight?
Well, the early parts of it, I was just kind of hanging out just outside of the pack so I could use the whole track, and if something happened, I would have got room to kind of get around it. And that worked. I'm sure you guys saw. I went to the apron a couple times. It didn't work in the heat. I got involved in one of those wrecks, but yeah, just kind of minding my P's and Q's, giving people room. We saw, man, it was some crazy racing out there. I mean, these cars, you get a little bump, and sometimes it works, sometimes they get all squirrely, and we saw a lot of contact and stuff, but it was still some excellent side by side racing.
I mean, for the most part, we saw a couple cars take some serious damage, and they finished on the lead lap there. So Justin at one point backed into the wall. We thought he was going to be damaged, and the next lap he was leading the race. So
Yeah.
This was a wild race tonight, but I mean, nonetheless, you got him back up there, and you guys were pushing hard there at the finish.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we did. If it went green, and we had a pretty good shot with that pit strategy. We had about 2 seconds to the other pack. Patrick was up there with us, but
yeah, about 2.5 seconds I think you guys had on that pack behind you, and I think it was only a 2-car train. So if we didn't get a caution there, you guys were going to run away with it. But
yeah, it's definitely shaping up to be a nice little easy race to the line there. But hey, I'll take what we got too. So.
Hey, it's always more exciting for us in the booth when we get a caution like that late. So we'll take it up here. But
absolutely.
Before you head out here, anyone you want to thank?
Well, you guys for putting on the show here. All the drivers that showed up, we had a pretty good turnout for this. Free series. Anybody that's watching, hey, shoot us a message, and you can get in here and race with these guys. It's a lot of fun. Kind of relaxed deal, Sunday night, kind of the weekend cap, right? And everybody, big shout out to Paul bringing it home third there, Justin and Jacob for helping us out. We had that draft train going, and Patrick O'Toole rebounded after that wreck to get a top 5.
Yeah, well, thank you, Johnny, and congratulations on your P2 finish here. We will catch you later.
Right on.
Well, all right, Cam, I would say Las Vegas Motor Speedway was a great choice and a great addition to this schedule for this season.
Yeah, it was definitely what we were anticipating.
We had some... Go ahead, sorry.
Oh, it was definitely what we were expecting with the pack racing, and pretty much unfolded exactly like we were talking about. That the top line was the one to be in, where you got the momentum coming out of the corners, and that's what pretty much got the 58 of Justin Wilson, the 52 of Johnny Rapp up to the front. So
yeah, those two really, played that well, and it was the lane choice of the night for me or you if we were out there. So I don't blame them, and they played it perfectly, and they got up there, and even the 31 of Jacob Phillips just squeezed it out, almost getting that top 3 there. But Paul Thomas, the hard charge of the night, getting our podium spot. Well, yeah, that's it for me. Anything you want to finish up here with?
Yeah. Before we go, we'll go run through the full results of it. So it's just...
Oh, wait a minute. I believe we have the 42 of Paul Thomas still here.
Oh, did he pop in?
I see him in chat. Let's see if we can get him up here. Hold on.
All right.
Hey, Paul, it's Jake and Cam in the booth. You got us here?
Hey, Jake. Hey, Cam.
Well, congratulations on getting the podium here and being the hard charger of the night. How did you fare through all the chaos tonight?
You know, this was the best finish I've ever had. It's the first time I've ever been on podium. I really enjoyed this. These cars are so slow, but they drive really well, in my opinion.
They are a blast. Low horsepower, but especially when you get them out on tracks like this, man, they are fun to open up.
Yeah, it was kind of like being on, I don't know, riding lawnmowers or something.
Well, you rode your lawnmower to a podium here tonight, and you waded through all that crazy wrecks there in the beginning.
Oh yeah, I'm totally thrilled. I mean, yeah, like I said, my best finish. Never had a podium. Yeah, enjoying every second of it.
Well, congratulations on that, buddy. We're glad to have you up here on the podium. Before we head out here, anyone you want to thank?
Yeah, I want to thank you guys for being in the booth, and anxious to watch the replay after a while. And thank my teammate Steve Vest from ST Motorsports, and all the guys on the track. We all had a great time, and everyone was pretty courteous, and just a great race.
Well, yeah, absolutely, and congratulations on getting your first podium here, Paul, and great race tonight from you.
Thank you, Jake. Thanks, Cam.
You have a great night, buddy.
Thank you. Bye.
Well, all right, that's everyone.
All right. Before we let you all go, we'll go ahead and go through the results for you. So coming on with the win, like you said, is 58 of Justin Wilson, followed by the 52 of Johnny Rupp taking second, as you just heard right there. Coming in the third place on the podium is the 42 of Paul Thomas. Then bringing home fourth is the 31 of Jacob Phillips. Fifth is the 44 of Patrick O'Toole. Sixth is the 39 of Sean Mulholland. Seventh is the 60 of Steve Est. Eighth is the 7 of Paul Hahn. Ninth is the 420 of Will Jennings. 10th is the 6 of Dave Grajewski. 11th is the 99 of Tom Lickert. And 12th is the 35 of Jacob Nickerson. And following out our fields tonight, in 13th place is the 69 of Larry Pauling.
Well, yeah, congratulations on our podium finishers here tonight. I believe next week we are back at Concord. So it'll be back to the short track, my friend.
So it'd be interesting because it seems like the majority of these drivers kind of wanted to avoid it like the plague. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens next week.
I will say, I believe Concord is unanimously the most disliked track on iRacing. Speaking from my own personal distaste for the track, but I'm very excited to watch this race next week.
Same.
That being said.
All right. Well, that about does it for me. You got anything left, Jake?
That's it for me. You folks have a great night, and thanks for tuning in here.
Yeah. This has been Cam Gillens and Jake Mockey for the Overdrive Automotive Media